Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
All right, good morning and welcome to DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We got a loaded show for you today. I'm Tom Duggan. Kelly Pyburn is back with us, sweatshirt and all today. Kelly, good to have you back. We missed you last week.
I'm sorry. I was at a softball game with my daughter, and today is actually Alumni Day. I kept getting emails about it, so I thought I'd break out my vintage sweatshirt here.
Okay.
It's probably 20-something years old, but I can still wear it, so
awesome.
I hadn't gained too much weight.
Gained too much weight. I don't even want to hear that. Coach Vance is in the house, got his Tiger on today, and Coach, football season in full swing. I know you had Cannon County, Cheatham County, I think, last night.
Cannon County, Cheatham County. Telling Coach Trapp that's the most complete Cannon County team that I've seen in a long time. They come out with the W 48-16 over Cheatham County.
Big win. Big win. For Cannon County tonight. Congrats to them, or last night, I should say. And our Blitz correspondent, Casey Midgett. Casey, you're going to pull that mic a little closer to you and talk in it, or we won't hear you at all. So
that's probably the plan, isn't it?
we got to hear from Casey. Is like a jack of all trades. Is there anything you don't do, Casey?
Well, I can't seem to fix my septic system, so.
I got a guy.
Thank you.
I got a guy. So we'll talk after the show. But Casey was on the road yesterday, went down to Montgomery. I think your son checking out colleges. And how was that experience?
It's pretty awesome. It's the first time for me. We got in early this morning, so I'm pretty groggy, I guess, this morning.
I thought your eyes looked a little heavy there. You look like you've probably lacking sleep. Speaking of lacking sleep, a guest on our first segment, we'll have some members of the Tiger football team and Coach Steve Trapp. And knowing Coach Trapp, he might have been up watching film all night. He may not have even gone to sleep, but he's here and letting us in at the field house this morning. We appreciate him. And we'll have Bryson, Arnold, and Andrew Dakas also joining us during the second segment. Bottom of the hour, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to have Bruce Curtis. He's actually the principal of DeKalb County, but he's also the athletic director. We're going to kind of take a look at local sports from an administrative perspective. So we'll talk to Bruce coming up bottom of the hour. Last segment today, we will have the announcement of our first ever Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete Award winner, and we're not going to announce it to the fourth segment. And that person is not here today. In fact, that person doesn't even know they are the award recipient yet. But thanks to the weather change, which I'm loving, by the way, and all the upper respiratory stuff that comes with it, I got way behind this week, y'all, so I do apologize for that, but you can't help getting sick. That's one thing for sure. Casey, we're going to start off with you this morning talking about some DeKalb Middle School Saints. The Saints had an opportunity to clinch a home playoff game Thursday night without even playing a game. White County and Macon County got together in what basically, was a battle for getting into the playoffs. Winner gets in and the loser kind of shut out of it. And Macon County had a 22-8 lead, I believe it was, at one point. White County comes back. They win the game 26-22. A little bit of bad news, I guess, for the Saints, but it does set up a very intriguing matchup coming up this Thursday night in Sparta. Winner take all for the West Division Championship, the Saints and White County.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it takes, I guess, mornings like this, it make you realize how blessed you are. I mean, it could be worse. You could be a Macon County football fan this morning. They've had a rough couple days here.
Yeah, yeah, the game against Upperman, the high school game last night, I think up 21-6 at one point, and lost 35-34. Yeah, it's not a great day to be a Macon County Tiger.
No, it's not. It's a great day to be a Saint, though, because I'll tell you, that would have been the easy way for the Saints to get in. They're in the playoffs, but to get that number one seed going in. Mm-hmm. But that's not what any of those boys want, and that's not what the coaches want. They want it to be settled on the field anyway. And so how perfect is it that the schedule worked out the way that it did, that the two top teams from the West are going to meet and settle it on the field. we wish it was here. It's there, but there's nothing like beating a team on the road too. So
absolutely, we do know Avery Trace has clinched on the east side, and matter of fact, they have most likely already clinched first place over in the east, and there's still a little bit of battle for that second playoff spot. But we do know DeKalb County and White County both will be in the playoffs regardless of what happens on Thursday night. Casey, as I was kind of going back and updating stuff this week, one thing that really stood out to me, in 7 games this year, the Saints have allowed 20 points. Coach is going to smile ear to ear here because he loves him some defense, but you've seen a lot of these games for the Saints. What about that defense do you feel like sticks out most?
It is the hardest hitting bunch of kids I've seen come through the middle school since that 2018 bunch that graduated last year. Mm-hmm. If there's an opportunity to hit somebody, they're going to take it. If they can go around them, they'll find somebody to come hit. That's what they want to do.
You say that. My son wanted to go to the game. He said, I want to go and see if Reed puts anybody in the ambulance again.
Yeah. It's kind of funny you say that. Last year he did put somebody in the ambulance from White County, which we play this week. I hope they don't remember that. Or he's graduated and moved on to high school at least. So.
I was going to say, if somebody's still around, somebody's going to remember that. Yeah, I got a feeling. But we never want to see anybody end up in the ambulance. But we are cheering on a big Saints victory coming up Thursday night. I want to tell people, go to the game. I know Sparta's not that far away. 20, 25-minute drive at best. If you're in the Smithville area, even Liberty downtown, for Alexandria's a little further, but not too bad. But let's go cheer these boys on because they're having a great season. You saw that 18 team. You've seen this team. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't compare, but what's similar? What's different? And do you feel like this team stacks up well against that 18 team?
Yeah, they're very similar, but they're very different as well. Colby Barnes, Bruce Trapp was a part of that 18 team, and they had I think Malachi played for that team as well. So they had a lot of firepower like that, and then you had Colby, who was just a mauler. He was who that offense ran through then. It was even though you had Briz and I think Malachi on that team, with all that offensive weaponry, they still ran the ball, and that's what this team does. It's focused around the run. They have 3 backs, including the quarterback that can run it and run it well. It's very interesting because, like any middle school kid or high school kid at all, any team, you'll have on nights and off nights. Kids will play better than they did or worse than they did. And it's funny because somebody always steps up, it seems like.
Yeah.
I remember in the first of the season, it was mostly the ball was going through Gavin Frazier's hands, and he was running wild on people. And you could tell that game film had gotten out there, and teams had decided that kid's not going to beat us anymore. And so they focused on him. And then you saw players like Colin Donnell start running the ball. He's their starting quarterback, and he was really last year was very instrumental in really turning that team around last year with his feet, but he had really not done a lot of that early in the season, so he kind of took over, and then he started having big games, which helped out Gavin, and then you have Reed who comes in, and he's kind of the mauler, and so. They have packages designed for him and William Soto, especially in short yardage where they haven't been stopped all season.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to watch that. And then we forget about the wide receivers that they have out there. Levi Cripps and Rocky Cantrell are 2 of the best that's come through there in a long time. And you have Colin, who can throw the ball to him, but they choose to a lot of times use Hayden Quarles as their who is their backup quarterback as the person that really does a lot of the air attack for the Saints. It's been really funny to watch the last couple of weeks. They focus more on the pass. Rocky Cantrell caught 8 passes for I think 65 yards against who was it? Prescott. Upperman. No, Prescott.
Prescott.
It was the week before.
Week before.
Yep. And so. But Levi is their home run hitter. I think that kid scores a touchdown every time they throw him the ball. That's crazy. So, me and Hayden's daddy were talking. If you were to look at the percentage of passes to touchdown ratios that Hayden Quarles has, it's like 80, 90%. It's almost every time he touches the ball, they throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
So my buddy Chris Trammell from the Smithville Review was texting back and forth this week, and he came up with a stat I hadn't actually even added up. I believe we have outscored our opponents 232-20 this year.
That looks about right. I've got the schedule kind of looking down at me. You got 8-0. Then after that, 46-8, 36-0, 34-0, 40-0, 32-6, and 36-0. They've cruised through this conference this year.
And it's funny to say that it really wasn't that close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I talked to Levi the other day. Maddox rode home with him from the game, and I said, "What'd you let him score for?" He goes, "Well, technically, the coach had subbed." So, because I'm always aggravating him. First game I came and seen, he ran it back to about the 2-yard line and got tackled. I was like, "Dude, could you not just go 2 more yards and get the touchdown?" He was like, "Well, he had I said, "There's no excuses." I said, "Get across. You get the glory. You ran all that way, and then somebody else got to go to the touchdown." He was like, "I know, but they're great kids. I mean, my son's grown up with most of them. They're athletes. They're gonna shine about every sport they play."
Yep. Well,
it's funny. The Saints have 12 8th graders this year, and all 12 start on some phase of the game, either offense or defensively or both or special teams. All of them start, and so it's been that way in every sport they've ever played. As they've come through, that bunch is just they've all, one of them makes a decision and then they all go do it. So. There was a time when I didn't know they were going to play football, to be honest with you, and so they decided to play. And the special thing about that team is, especially that 8th grade bunch, is they are the most competitive, motivated bunch of kids I have ever seen in my whole life. If we were having a sock rolling contest, you'd break out into a wrestling match or who was going to do the best. So. I look forward to seeing them in high school. I hope they stick together. I think they'll help represent the county well once they get to the high school, barring any injuries or anything like that. But it's just a special bunch. Yes, would I have liked Macon County to have won? Sure, that guarantees us a home game. But there's nothing like this. This we're going to go to White County and whip them down there. So this will be good.
I got to say, I don't think the Poteet brothers, and there's probably a lot of them Saints players, they're pretty excited about winning this thing on the field. I don't think they might have even been cheering just for White County to have that opportunity. They're going to get it Thursday night. It's going to be a great game. Kickoff is going to be 6:30 over at White County. Now, we've got an exciting programming note that we can pass along this morning. Should the middle school win their game on Thursday night, and we're going to go ahead and assume they are, we will be live streaming the DeKalb Middle School Conference semifinal game Saturday, September the 21st. We've got the green light. And our producer, Daniel Leslie, we've been talking with Coach Steve Trapp. We got a few things in the works that are very exciting, but we're going to be trying out a broadcast that night. Coach is going to be joining me. And,
let's go!
I can talk about their uniforms.
Kelly will come talk about uniforms. And Casey will be in the background on PA. So we're looking forward to that coming up. Now, let me say this. Don't let that discourage you from coming to the game. Come to the game, but there are folks that can't make it out, family members that are out of town, maybe even out of state, that'll have an opportunity to watch their kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, or just a DeKalb Middle School Saints game. So don't let that detract you from coming to the game. But please pass the word along as well to those who may not be able to watch that we will be live streaming that. But again, the Saints have to win, take care of business on Thursday night. We expect they'll do that, and we're going to cover that game live here with the DC Blitz. Casey, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you've always got a lot to talk about. Junior Pro going on, Junior Pro today. Matter of fact, I believe they're over in Overton County to play the Outlaws, and let's touch on them just a little before we let you go here, because I know the Junior Tigers 3-0 in the season. The Pee Wee Tigers and the Senior Tigers, I think, still maybe out there looking for a win. But what's been your impression of the Junior Pro team so far?
I've watched that Junior Tigers bunch since they started in Pee Wee 4 years ago now. Their coaches, Cole Parsley and Nathan Shepard, they and Will Key, they have worked with those kids for a long time, and this is something that they've really focused on it. To me, they're the next bunch that's the talent that's the level of what that 8th grade bunch is this year. And it's because of all the work that those guys have put in with them. It's another special bunch of kids that just love to be around each other and love to play hard for each other. And you can see it. I think last year they won the championship. I think they won it the year before. I mean, they're pretty good. So, and the other two, the Pee Wee bunch, is really coming into its own so far this year. They have a new coaching staff and all new players. They lost a lot that went to the juniors last year, but those guys are doing a good job. And I was impressed with the senior bunch this time. They really suffered last year. The games that I've watched, that team is getting better. They're going to get some wins before this season's over.
All right, so get out and support Junior Pro as well again today at Overton County. That used to be a huge rivalry in Junior Pro. I know back in the day, Darrell Gill and Donnie Roller were coaching the local teams, and Curtis Hayes over at Livingston. He's the mayor up there now, and they had a lot of fun with those games back in the day. So it's always a great rivalry. 4 o'clock today. Junior Pro will be back home the next 2 weeks to take on White County and the Junior Jets of Cumberland County. All right, we're going to get into some Tiger football when we come back. Coach Steve Trapp, Andrew Dakas, and Bryson Arnold set to join the program. This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
At Home Services, we work with both residential and commercial properties to provide many services, specializing in dump truck delivery of rock, dirt, and other materials, driveways and parking lots, excavation, finish grading of yards, erosion control, snow removal, and more. Plus, septic tank installation, repairs, septic tank pumping, and porta potty rentals. Learn more by visiting our website at homeservicestn.com or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy tractors are born from the legendary Bad Boy mowers from 20 to 35 horsepower, subcompact to midsize. Bad Boy combines power, performance, comfort, and as always, builds strength to deliver the workhorse dependability you need to get the job done and done right. Homeowner, landscaper, or rancher, there's a Bad Boy Tractor for you to work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
It is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We're ready to talk some Tiger football. The DeKalb County Tigers open region play on the road at Tom Davis Memorial Stadium on Friday night against Livingston Academy, a place where Coach Steve Trapp, the Tigers have not won since you were playing back, I won't say 30 years ago. But
I've already said it the past week, so it's all good. So, yeah.
Any road win in region, I know, is good, but got to be gratifying. You know, you and I and the program itself, we've talked a lot of things about first times for a long, long time and breaking streaks and all that. Got to feel good to go up there and get a big win on their home turf in their home opener.
Yeah, it definitely is. We played them a road game a couple years ago, but they didn't have their stadium complete, so we wasn't there. But it had kindly slipped my mind a little bit, but somebody reminded me, well, Coach Shaw, he's like, I don't think we've won there in a long time. So I got to looking at all the history that you gave me, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. We've 1994. Yeah, I remember that game. I think Tyrone Owens had like 4 rushing touchdowns, and it was a good game for DeKalb. But yeah, we've not been very successful down there, and so it was good. We've started off the season really good, but region play, they've started off the season really good. How they was expected to start, but I told our guys we wanted to go make a statement. I believe we did.
Start the game. Livingston gets the ball. And they drive downfield. It was a 9-play, 67-yard drive, I do believe. And they were having some success running the ball. Jackson Bowles was getting some chunk yards at times. And I know we talked a little before we went on the air. You were a little bit frustrated out of the gate. What was going on there to kind of start things off?
Yeah, you asked me if I was worried. Other people, no, I wasn't worried. I knew that, Coach Shaw and Cross and Coach Green and Wheeler, we would all talk and get our guys right, which we talked about it, make sure that we get out there and, start the game off the way we wanted to. I love letting our defense go out there first. I don't know if he would agree with me or not. He always talking about take the ball. We do take the ball in 7-on-7, but it worked out exactly how we wanted to. But as far as having the ball right before halftime, with the opportunity to score and then come back out. But, they started the game really well, So my only worry was who was I going to kill, not literally. But no, our guys, they adjusted, the technology we got, being able to see exactly, hey, you need to be here. Yeah. We knew exactly what was coming at us. I thought we had a good week of preparation, all that. But the biggest learning thing for our guys and all of us is you just got to make sure that you're ready to go from play one, snap one, and don't get hit in the mouth before you respond. And they did. They took it right to us. But from that point on, I think we did control the game.
The one thing that I think also probably concerned penalties, and there were several of those last night, and just listening to John Pryor and Luke Willoughby, some of those they even seem to be baffled about at times. Your take on the penalty situation?
I don't like them. I've not done all the stats yet. Now that I've had a lot of people ask me already, but the biggest thing from that is the mindset that our guys showed. It's something that we preach to them about. I go crazy. The vein pops up on my head. I don't like it, yes. But I always tell them that, hey, I'm ready for the next one. I need you to be ready for the next one, too.
Right.
I find it amusing, going back and watching their stream of the game or whatever. It's like, well, if DeKalb's in 3rd and 8, that's not where they want to be. They actually want to be in 3rd and 15. So, we converted a lot of 3rd downs, and a lot of those were big. And that's just kudos, up front, our guys. I think that's the best game we've had pass protection-wise. And they were laying it to it out there. So our O-line did a good job. But Jordan Parker, again, there's a few plays that he takes care of us on. That's, okay, it's not a good look. Let's do this. Some of the RPO game that we've not seen in a little while, he was exposing it last night, his run game. But then Ryan Lyons has another big night. Seats will catch him. He's just a sophomore. Another big night. All those guys scored. But they couldn't do that without the offensive line doing what they were doing.
Coach, I know we just have a small sample. We're 3 games in. A jam brief. We want to kind of look at that. What are some positives you're seeing from your football players?
I feel that we're continuing to get better every opportunity that we have. And that's something that we tell our guys every day. It's not just about the game, but we want to have a mindset to where we want to take advantage of every opportunity we got to simply be better. And that's not Friday to Friday. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole entire week. And last week we talked a lot about by the time Friday gets here, we should be on a tremendous upswing as far as our confidence and our preparation. And we don't tell them to get confidence based off how we played the week before. We want them to have their confidence because of the process of work that we make them go through, but also that they believe in and choose to go through it.
Is there a particular position or phase of the game that you need to elevate to bring back up? It's not right where you want it to be just yet?
All of them. We tell them we're never satisfied. And I love how these guys are playing. I love how they're preparing. But if I sit here and say, well, we're good here but not good here, I think that can just bring in some complacency. And that's another thing that we talked highly about last week is don't get comfortable. You're never as good as what people will be patting you on the back telling you, because as soon as it don't go your way, they'll be telling you stink. And you're never as bad as you are either. So we don't focus on the wins and loss, so to speak. We focus on doing what it takes to get what we want. And what we ultimately want to do is impact people with this sport. But we do understand that we can do that in a greater way by winning.
1-0 in the region. You have your homecoming game coming up next week against Watertown. What does the rest of your region kind of shape out to be so far?
Really, as far as the rest of the region, we'll worry about those guys when we get to them. Right now, it's about being 1-0 every day, 1-0 every week. So we're excited about the start that we've had. We understand the type of region that we're in. And we also know the implications that can come from being victorious or unsuccessful in a region week or in a game. There's somebody in this region that will not be in the playoffs that will be a very high-quality football team. And nobody in this building wants that to be us.
Let's get down to our players here. We got a couple of Tigers joining us today, Andrew Dakas and Bryson Arnold. Andrew, I'm going to start with you because couple of plays that again, I had to listen to the game on the radio last night, but I always love to hear John and Luke get so excited about and you had a big sack, I know, at one point in the game, and then there was a big hit as well. Let's get to the sack first, and it's one thing I've heard Dakas loves to hit somebody. So
yes, I do. I love it, absolutely. We actually installed a new Blitz this week in practice, and I was very excited to run it, and first time running it, got a sack, so, that's about as good as it gets right there.
Now, open us up to that play, and let's not give away too many details, I guess, for anybody maybe scouting DeKalb County, but kind of walk us through that play and what you're seeing during the course of it.
Okay, well, I'm seeing a guard and a tackle on my side, and my defensive tackle, he's pulling the attention of the guard away from me so I can get inside of the guard and get in the backfield.
And that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, it really is. It
got
really
to be
is.
exciting.
It opened up perfect for him. He did a good job with it.
Let's talk about a little play a little later in the game. I think a penalty might have been called there, and some question marks on that play. Walk us through what happened with that as well.
Well, quarterback rolled out after a pass. I tried my best to let up and avoid him, and I didn't. I think he might play soccer. He flopped kind of hard, personally, I thought. But, I mean, that's all there is to it. I ended up hitting him.
You're just looking to hit somebody at the end of the day.
I really am.
How far has your game come, do you think, since your freshman year? What are some of the biggest improvements you've made?
I mean, there's been a drastic change in everything. Offense, I've also noticed. I remember Isaac Knowles. He gave me a lot of pointers as a freshman. And, everyone in DeKalb County loves Isaac. He's a great guy. He has a lot of football knowledge, so he helped me out a lot. And that was great. But defensively, I've moved around every single year on the field. I've played safety, corner, inside linebacker, and now I'm at outside linebacker. And this is where I feel at home. I love it. I've noticed my reads have gotten a lot more natural, and I've just been faster with them and less hesitant and everything. That's made me hit faster and harder.
How much does that versatility help you in that you have played so many positions on the field defensively? Does that give you a good overall grasp, especially where everybody needs to be and what they need to be looking for?
It really does, because oftentimes I work with the corners because I'm the outside linebacker, so I'll be dropping out into pass coverage, and it's just nice to kind of know what they're having to do so I can know where I need to be.
Bryson, we're going to come to you, and to go on the road, DeKalb and Livingston for many, many, many years have just had a kind of a big rivalry going on. Get you to bring it, Mike, a little closer so we can hear you good. But to go on the road, region win, you got behind early, though. Were you concerned at that point that after Livingston went down and scored on their first drive?
I wasn't really concerned. I knew that we were going to answer, and then we got on that first drive, had a couple penalties, and then we got in that 4th and 8, and we answered, and I just knew after that we were just going to keep giving it to them.
What's your mindset when you are down, though, when you're going out there? I mean, you maintaining that focus. You still got to go out and do your job. You got to just control, as Coach says a lot, control what you can control.
Yeah, it's just all about staying locked in and focusing on the next play. We can't change what's already happened, so we just got to continue to get better in every play.
Now, Bryson, what are some of the positions that you have played? Have you, like Andrew, moved around? Have you had a primary spot that Coach Trapp likes to keep you at?
Last year, I was the starting right guard, and they moved me to left tackle this year. So I've kind of and I actually played left tackle my freshman year, so it wasn't completely new. I was a little familiar with it, but I've actually worked really hard at it, so we're kind of getting good at it.
Left tackle has always been that prime offensive line position. You're protecting the quarterback's blind side, of course. So you take a lot of pride in that, being that left tackle, that guy that you're the quarterback's protector.
I do. I take a lot of pride in being JP's. I like to say that I'm his big brother, I like to protect him and make sure he gets all the stats, all the touchdowns, all the praise, and I just take blocks for him.
Well, I tell you what, if you take a lot of pride in that, you're having a heck of a season, because JP's having a heck of a season, and you guys are as well at 3-0. Coach?
Bryson, let's just stick with you for a few minutes. Unsung position, the offensive line, even the defensive line. Is this a close group? And talk about some of your teammates up front.
Oh, yeah, it's a close group. We, of course, we're out here at practice every day, and we hang out outside of football, too. So it's just a close-knit group. We all love playing for each other, and we know that each other play for us, and we all have our backs.
So what do you do outside of football? You say y'all hang out together and do stuff.
We go swimming. We go eat with the offensive line, defensive line. We like to go eat Mexican.
Yes.
That's a good thing for offensive linemen.
Dollar Taco days. If you want to see our old line, they're across the street. So,
what is it about the offensive line that drives you? What's your favorite thing about it?
It's just like legal war. I get to go and hit somebody every play. So it's and just the feeling of just taking someone and just driving them into the ground is just awesome.
Andrew, you were able to play some in the secondary as a freshman. Is that right?
Yes,
Remember
sir.
that correctly?
I was.
You also have experience on the offensive side of the ball. Which do you prefer?
I prefer defense. I definitely prefer defense. I love hitting people. Catching the ball is fun. In middle school, me and JP, we love to, just play catch out there, run deep, and I love playing offense in middle school, but when I got to high school, it was a whole nother level of defense, and I just love hitting.
What is it about Coach Shaw that you like?
I mean, he's a great coach. He knows football really well. He's really good at teaching, and he knows what he's talking about, especially when it comes to linebackers. He's our linebacker coach specifically, and he does a very, very good job at that. He just he keeps us all together, keeps all of our heads on straight, you know.
You were talking earlier about Isaac Knowles giving you pointers, giving you tips. Mm-hmm. Are you passing that down to freshmen and sophomores on this year's team, and how do you do that?
I mean, I try my best to if they listen. Sometimes they want to be kind of hard-headed. That's just how they are. But, you know, like Bryson said, you know, not just the O-line, D-line, but we're all family here. You know, we take pride in that. And I just try my best to give as much knowledge as I can. That way they can just improve like I have.
Well, guys, for 3 weeks in a row, y'all have been 1-0, and let's keep that up for this next week and just be 1-0.
We plan to.
Guys, I do want to throw this out there to you with homecoming coming up this week. And homecoming, I've come to learn, is not one of not just Coach Trapp, but any football coach's favorite week because of everything that's going on. Andrew, I'll start with you, and Bryson, we'll come to you after that. How do you keep focus on what is important? That's the football game through everything else that's going on.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, I have fun with all the homecoming activities and everything, and I love it all, but it's all for the homecoming game. That's all it is. It's just leading up and building anticipation, and that just makes me more excited for it and just keeps me focused on it.
All right, Bryson, from your point of view, how do you stay focused and make sure your head is in the game once the kickoff starts on Friday night?
Like Andrew said, it's good to have fun, but when it's time to practice, it's time to practice, and when it's time to play, it's time to play. Yep. So we can always have fun before practice, after practice, but when it's time to practice, we got to take everything seriously, make sure we get a win on Friday night.
Well, guys, good luck. Again, let's go 1-0 for another week. Coach, we'll wrap it up with you. And I know Watertown, a long time rivalry between DeKalb County and Watertown. You and Coach Webster, I think, have been head coaching about the same length of time, and I'm sure you've got familiarity with one another. And your take on Watertown from what you've seen, I'm sure you've more scouting to come, but what do you know about them?
Yeah, definitely. I know preseason-wise, you know, just word of mouth, things you hear, you know, a lot of injuries. Started real slow, but one thing I think I've noted with their scores, I think last night at halftime they were up pretty good.
Yeah.
Ended up losing that game, but I think it's a team that has gotten better each and every opportunity that they've had. And that's what you want to happen with your program, you know. So they're going to have our full attention. Again, we've played these guys a lot of times. Mm-hmm. It's always hard to win there, and I think we've only done it a couple times since I've been coaching. But we want to feel like it's always a hard time to win here as well for an opponent team, and that goes back into our our culture as a county, our administration, the support, the school, the way these guys work. Again, it is homecoming. That's the speech he heard Friday after the game. So good job right there, Bryson. But I do enjoy homecoming for the opportunities that we have as a football program to impact people. And so that's where our focus is for these guys. If that's where we keep our focus, yes, have your fun and all that. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. And usually homecoming, more people come and watch and all that. So that enhances the opportunity we have to impact people with this sport. And, these guys do have good hearts, and that's what's leading us right now. And they take it upon themselves to make sure that they're living that each and every day. And I'm super proud of them and looking forward to it.
All right. It is homecoming week, so all the folks out there, be sure to come to the football game on Friday night, pack the stands, and enjoy the ambiance of the week. It'll be a lot of fun for the students, for the community. The homecoming parade, of course, on Friday, and then the football game kicks off 7 o'clock on Friday night. With all the festivities, I assume, leading up to the game, not during halftime, right?
It'd be pregame.
Okay,
yes.
pregame.
Mm-hmm.
So get there early, get a good seat, and enjoy it all. But most of all, come out and support our 3-0 DeKalb County Tigers. Andrew Dakas, Bryson Arnold. Guys, thank you for being here. Coach, as always, we appreciate you. All right, when we come back, we're going to look at the administrative side of DeKalb County High School sports with Principal and Athletic Director Bruce Curtis. This is the DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Unrivaled service and practical advice from Jeff and Grant James at DeKalb County Insurance. With auto, homeowners, life and annuities, property and liability, Medicare supplement, and business policies available. Receive seriously good insurance with great coverage and prices. DeKalb County Insurance is an independent agency that shops multiple carriers, such as Erie, Allstate, Travelers, State Auto, Progressive, and many more. Call today for a quote. DeKalb County Insurance, 615-597-0660.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Ignite HVAC Electrical and Plumbing offers both residential and commercial sales, installation, and service. We want to set ourselves apart from the rest of the heating and air industry by providing a seamless experience from your project start to finish. We also offer duct cleaning, which will help improve the performance of your unit. No job is too large or too small. For any heating and air, electrical, or plumbing job, give us a call at 615-597-0100.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom, Kelly, Coach, and we want to welcome to the show for the first time Bruce Curtis, the principal and athletic director at DeKalb County High School. Bruce, good to have you today.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Bruce, I want to start off. I know you've been following the Tiger football program and all the sports in DeKalb County, but your thoughts on our 3-0 Tigers so far?
They've looked really good so far this year. Good group of kids. They play hard. They are really good together. They seem to bond real well, and I think they're going to have a really good season.
Volleyball got added to DeKalb County High School's sports lineup this year. How instrumental were you in helping get that started, and what have you seen from the program? I know we're still very early in, I guess, development, but what are you seeing from that point of view?
It's going to be a process. It's going to take multiple years for them because, we've never had volleyball here, so a lot of the kids have never actually played anything besides just rec volleyball. Mm-hmm. So it's going to take some time. Hopefully to get here soon, we'll get a middle school program going so the kids can start getting some training as they come up. Kind of like it was with soccer when soccer first came here. Until we got a middle school program, it's very difficult because you have to build on from year to year, and they have to build that talent.
Right. And I know Coach Horton's doing a great job. In fact, gave up the softball head coaching position just mainly to focus on volleyball. And Bruce, I got to say, I think that says a lot for her that she wants to focus that kind of time and energy. And you need somebody when you're just starting a program that can really put that time in.
Yes, you definitely do. She has worked really hard. And her assistant coach, Coach Johnson, has worked really hard too. They are very dedicated to building a program. Mm-hmm. I know she is dying right now because she has not gotten a win. Because it's like I told Coach. I said, you come from softball. Mm-hmm. I said that's been an established program here for years, and I said it's going to take time.
Yeah.
You got to be patient and let it take time.
Now, I know Ethan Duke has taken over softball, but I got a little bit of an issue with this because we've had Danny Bond, Danny Fish, Danny Horton. You couldn't find another Danny to coach softball.
we may have to rename Coach Duke.
Yeah, he's going to have to just accept the fact.
We did get the D.
You did get that.
We got the D.
Yeah. So we got to have the D at least. You wear multiple hats, being the principal and the athletic director. Is that somewhat difficult? I know, a lot of schools, most schools probably have that separate, but is that something you enjoy, or does that really add a lot to your plate?
Well, if you don't like to go home, it's fun.
And this guy's moving, so you got to go home sometime.
But it's a lot. There's a lot to it, things like that. But I had been the athletic director at our previous school where I was at years ago, mm-hmm. so had a good foot in the door as far as what to do, how to do it, things like that. Because in my former job, we had 17 sports programs.
Wow.
In our school. So it was a constant. So a lot of it is training your coaches and depending on them to do exactly what they need to do to fill out, because you do not have the time to go in and put everyone's roster in, all that. So you have to depend on your coaches to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do.
From an athletic director point of view, what are some things that you're always looking at, maybe dealing with that people don't really understand? That's part of what comes along with that job.
A lot of it is, rule changes that you have, not just for particular sports, but also eligibility rule changes. Mm-hmm. There's been a huge change in the eligibility for students who are homeschooled.
Right.
That has done a complete 180 from what it used to be, and things. So you have to keep up with that. You have specific meetings that you have to attend and things like that. Making sure that coaches are keeping up with students' grades, making sure that they're keeping up with, how their kids are acting, mm-hmm. Things like that. So, I put a lot of that on my coaches, and my expectation for them, that's just part of coaching, was when I coached. So,
sure.
As far as that. And then, also, I've got Mr. Willoughby now, at the middle or at the high school for assistant principal, and he helps me out a lot too. He's very willing to step in and help out. So kind of has to be a team there.
Absolutely. And I've got two coaches here. I'm going to turn loose with some questions because I know that you both have dealt with the ins and outs of athletic programs. So I know you've got questions to ask. So Kelly's dying here. She's ready to go. She's trying to stay warm.
I'm trying to stay warm. I try to stay out of the athletic director's office. Personally, I try to only go there when I have to. What are some of the you were saying some of the rules change. Does the TWS call you and let you know those? Or are you having to go? I know I have to go to meetings where I umpire softball. I have to go to those and I get the rule changes there. But that's really the only time I get any rule changes.
A lot of times we will receive them via email.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much what you get, and you got to sit and read all the everything that that they talked about, just so you can figure out exactly what rules changed.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make it real easy.
TWSAA rarely makes anything easy.
Exactly.
It's like dealing with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel, Kelly.
I'm just saying. It's an ordeal to get your license renewed sometimes.
Volleyball added this year, and you've talked about Coach Horton and the job that she's doing and that this is going to take some time. TWSAA has approved, is it female football or is it flag football?
Flag.
And what's your perspective and what's DeKalb's views on adding that sport?
It's female flag football. I mean, it's one of those that, if we have someone that comes along that wants to get a program started to coach it, of course I would have to have board approval. I would not be against it because I am one of them that the more sports I can keep kids into and the more things I offer kids to do keeps them out of things outside of school.
Title IX was created for equality, equal number of sports for women's as it is for men. Right. Aren't there now more women's sports at DeKalb County High School than there are sports for the men? And are there plans to kind of bring another sport for the boys?
Currently, right now, you are the way they look at it. The girls are one up of the boys as far as that. But I mean, it's one of those things of we are considered equal enough that unless we had someone come along that was wanting to start a new sport that we could look at. One of our major issues we have with starting new sports is the facility. Do we have the facility to do that? I mean, right now you take volleyball. In the summertime, we have to run a schedule of practice just so we can get everyone into the gymnasium at a certain time so they can practice because you've got both basketball teams, you've got volleyball teams, you've got cheer squads, you've got football when it's raining needs to borrow, you've got soccer when it's raining needs to borrow it. We got one gym.
Yeah.
And it makes it extremely difficult. And that's our biggest thing is having the facility that we need in order for us to expand into more sports.
So take us through the timeline on how volleyball came into existence at DeKalb County High School.
Year before last, we had a former teacher here that had proposed starting a volleyball program. He was a AAU coach, a very good coach. He didn't stay to the next year, so we didn't get the program started. Then Coach Horton last year started coming to Mr. Cagle, who used to be here as assistant principal, and was asking him about it. So that kind of got the ball rolling there, and we took it before the board. The board approved it, and we got the program started, that way. It was, all year last year pretty much processed to get everything going.
How long do you think a timeline for it hits junior high?
I don't know. You'll have to ask junior high principal that.
I say that you would be surprised. Last year when the board approved it, my 8th grade was like, "Can we play volleyball?" And they were playing volleyball. I mean, it's the end of school, and I'm ordering a volley. My principal's like, "What?" I was like, "I need 2 volleyball nets. I need them for the gym." I was like, "These kids want to play volleyball every day," and I was like, and we have. I have seen it in just at my school, which is the smaller of the schools. The kids play it every day, and it's the girls and the boys. Mm-hmm. But like right now, if we're outside, I've got badminton nets, and they're over there playing volleyball over the badminton nets because I don't have anything outside that I can put up. And my gym is not really. I broke out some basketball standards that are as old as the school. I mean, like they were there when I was a kid, and put rugs under them and put them on the floor. And those kids will play volleyball the whole PE time and love it, especially my 7th and 8th graders. And they're finally getting to understand how to play the game. We've been working on a whole lot of stuff, and we're going to have to keep working. But I could see where a junior high program would take right off, especially with the girls, because that's something most of the time my girls don't want to do anything in PE. They'll get out there and play volleyball.
You sound like you're interviewing.
No. I am trying to.
Here's my resume. Here we go.
I know nothing about volleyball. I mean, I know how to play rec volleyball. I know how to teach it in PE. I don't know that whole some part. I don't know. There's a rotation. I don't know any of that. That's why I don't umpire volleyball either, because I don't know about it. But it would be nice if the gyms, even if they would set up both West School and the middle school gyms, that would help you out as far as a practice place.
Mm-hmm. He likes your idea, Kelly. You should run with it.
Yeah,
just like Coach says.
PE teacher, I'm not in administration for a reason.
Well, Bruce, I want to close out on this question. You talk about adding sports and giving kids more opportunity. As both an administrator in the school and the athletic director, how much does that help giving kids an opportunity to, get a college education? Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, we probably ain't going to see a whole lot of our student athletes go play pro one every now and then. We've had a few, but for the most part, it's all about getting that education. And how important do you feel that is, having as many opportunities to help kids get to that next level and get a good college education?
Oh, I think it's extremely important. Our kids, they play hard. They get out there. They want to work hard, and and if they can get a scholarship, that's just. You understand we're in a lower economic society here in DeKalb County. Mm-hmm. All of our kids get free lunches, free breakfast, through the system. We have a lot of kids, but that's just one step up. That if a kid can afford to do that, that pays for their college education, when maybe the parent couldn't afford to send them if there wasn't that opportunity.
And I think we've got a great group of coaches across the board that are seeking those opportunities. They are promoting their student athletes and trying to get them opportunities. Maybe it's a smaller school, but hey, a college education is a college education. And I think our coaches, administration, and everybody does a fantastic job of that. Bruce, thank you so much for taking time. I know you're a busy guy, and like you said, you ain't got enough hours in the day, I know, but thanks for stopping by and talking with us this morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
DeKalb County High School Principal and Athletic Director Bruce Curtis joining us here on the DC Blitz. We'll come back. We're going to announce our first ever recipient of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete Award. That winner will be named next. Shout-outs and more. This is the Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Tennessee Fleet provides automotive sales and installation of equipment, lighting, vinyl, graphics, accessories, and more. Some of our services include sales and installation of vehicle graphics and decals, car audio, custom wheels and tires, storefront window wraps, fleet and commercial equipment, car, boat, and ATV accessories. Learn more about the services offered at Tennessee Fleet by visiting our website, TennesseeFleet.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb Sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance? You want a bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort the pro and you demands. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
It's the DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Back for one final segment here from the DeKalb County High School Fieldhouse. Want to thank Coach Steve Trapp for unlocking the door for us nice and early this morning. I'm sure he was happy to get out of bed earlier than he probably had to, but you know how football coaches are. Do you sleep much on Friday night after a game?
I was different from most. Most coaches didn't sleep the night before. I didn't sleep the night of the game. Just so much going through your head and your mind. But Coach Trapp, what I've always heard, is an early riser. He was probably here before the dew started to get on the grass, and he'll go to bed pretty early tonight. And that's the way that he is. And I don't know that you really interrupted his schedule.
too awful much.
Right.
We'll thank our sponsors, DeKalb County Insurance, Southern Landscape Supply, Love Cantrell Funeral Home, Town and Lake Realty and Auction, Smithville First Baptist Church, Holmes Group Incorporated, DeKalb Title, Vitality Fit, and Wild Honey Spray Tans. Peeking ahead a little bit next week, we have got confirmation that DeKalb County High School boys golfers Bradley Hale and William Blair will be joining us for the 9:30 segment coming up next week. We are still hammering out some details, but we've been in touch with Saints football. They'll be getting ready for the playoffs, so I'm not sure who exactly will be here from Saints football, but we will talk about that next week. And also, we're working on bringing some Lady Tiger soccer players in. We will be at DeKalb County Insurance on location for our show next Saturday. And September 21st, we'll be back here, hopefully outside, for Junior Pro Football. Casey's helped us get that all set up, and we're going to talk some Junior Pro that day. We're hoping to get Coach Horton with the volleyball program on. We've sent an invitation out to her and some of her players. Typically, they're playing on Saturday, so it's hard to get them in, and we hope to get them in that date. DMS tennis coach Chad Ramsey, we've reached out to him. Daniel Leslie, our producer, will put a bug in your ear to make sure he checks his email. and also working on getting the DeKalb Middle School cheerleaders. We're going to have some of our cheerleaders come on in the weeks ahead. So looking forward to a couple of big shows here in the next couple of weeks. Coach and I started something called Shout-Outs last week, where we're going to send some shout-outs, and I've actually, on my on the social media page today, was asking for some comments about favorite players, what you're looking forward to today, and I've not had many. I'm kind of sad about that, but we will say that, let's see, Toby Reese Noakes. Toby Noakes says, "Let's go Tigers," so we'll want to shout out to Toby this morning. And you're watching a game over there, aren't you?
No, I was looking for the comments because
Okay.
But my daughter is playing right now. When she bats, if I go like this, y'all just ignore me. I gave up going to her first game to come be here, and so she's. I was just looking at our comments and see if we had any.
We've got three. We'll say Gina Cawthorn says that Allison Poss is absolutely her favorite athlete, and of course that would be. Lori Hendricks just chimed in. John Travis Hendricks is my favorite, and Mariana Vickers Boyd. Chloe Boyd is at practice this morning, but Mom is watching. She says, "Go Tigers!" And well, Mom, I'm glad you're watching because we've got an exciting announcement for you today. And that is the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete Award winner for this week is DeKalb County High School golf sophomore Chloe Boyd, named the District Player of the Year and all kinds of accolades she has received this week. Check out the Blitz page. We've got a couple of posts on what Chloe has done. And, Chris, you've coached golf. You've seen some good players. She's only a sophomore. And she's got a lot of great golf ahead of her. She's just getting started.
I know at a very young age, Ashley Chu was successful all 4 years. And you look at Mallory Finkster. She went to state, I believe, all 4 years, and I think finished second 1 year in the state. Those, I believe, were at single A, double A levels.
Yeah.
So when you talk about what Chloe and John Pryor, Luke Dakas are doing at the AAA level against the Cookville schools and those larger schools, that's why I say that this could be the best girls team possibly ever, based on just competition and skill level. But you look what she has done as a sophomore. Just incredible. And we had the chance to talk with her last week, and very articulate and very impressive young lady.
Absolutely, and we hope to have her back on the show, and we might try to schedule something for next week if we can. I know she's been very busy, but we will get the award to you, Chloe, and maybe we'll have just a few minutes to kind of chit-chat yet again, and we'll work on that this upcoming week.
How many players have we had from DeKalb County receive this award over the years?
When I was
this is a pretty huge deal, is it not?
We had more.
Oh.
We had more. When it was single A, double A.
Oh, okay.
Single A, double A back then, and they may still not, but they did not have all district, all region,
gotcha.
all state kind of things. I had to kind of do research, and I'm asking Pokey over at Monterey. I said, "Hey, where's our all district? Who's our coach of the year? You know, that kind of stuff."
Yeah.
And they don't have it. And then so he finally just said, hey, they're all state if they're in the top 10 in the state. So I started going off of that and just made the presumption, don't like to use the assume word at all, but that if our people medaled, that they were all district. But yes, I'm sure.
Well, I was just going to say,
Madison Denman was the top of top of that group there. You had Shay Sullivan, who was there, Ashley Chu, who was there, Mallory Finkster, obviously, who was there. And you want to look on the boys' side, Payne Denman, 2-time state champion.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure he would have been our district player of the year.
I had never heard that. So with it being
AAA did not have it. Not in our.
Wow.
I just remember. I mean, I was friends with most of the kids that played golf and was around the golf course and stuff. So I knew that was a rarity to hear. And so, congratulations.
Yes, that's big.
Casey?
Now we expect it in 2 more years. And a state title. You got 3 years to beat out Payne there. Come on, girls. You got to represent, girls.
There you go. There's a challenge.
And they are moving back down to the AAA.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that makes it easier or more
harder.
Difficult because I know.
Well, Sophie Linder from Gordonsville's gone, so.
First time our boys went back, the Payne Denman Grant Goodwin, that group, we finished 3rd. But we were the number 1 team in the state of public schools because 2 private schools beat us out.
Now, do they not separate them anymore?
Well, at that time, they weren't classified as private.
Okay.
Coach is starting to get a little bitter.
Oh, yeah.
No, hey,
there's that thoughts coming back.
No, in softball, we dealt with the same thing because my freshman year, we're playing girls' preparatory school in Chattanooga. And, I mean, when you're playing private schools that can recruit.
Well, they weren't considered private, but one of the schools that won the state, or first or second, they had players from 5 different counties that weren't Chattanooga on their team.
Yeah.
So just saying. Just saying.
Yep. Congratulations. Big honor. Way to rep the girls. Didn't see the boys doing any of that. So good job.
All right, Casey's still here, by the way. Good morning, Casey.
Wake up, Casey.
I'm glad I got to sit next to Mr. Angry this morning. I've been kind of scooting this way.
Give him a biscuit. He'll be all right.
I've been struggling to figure out my role on this, and I think I bring the comedic relief to all this. So I think that's my role.
We need that.
Yeah. So, I was telling you that it stinks to be a Macon County football fan this morning. Well, it also stinks to be Coach Dylan Kleperic this morning.
Uh-oh. Why's that?
So we have at our soccer field, there's like that big 100-year-old oak tree out there, whatever it is. So there was no storms last night. They're in a tournament in Gatlinburg this morning.
Yep.
And that tree decided to fall last night.
Oh, no.
On his car. So if he could have parked 10 feet either other way. So, hey.
Ouch.
Good morning in Gatlinburg this morning.
Oh, me. I hope Coach K is.
I hope they get a goal for that.
I hope he's not watching, and he probably already knows.
Yeah. Aaron has been very good to him this morning and got that cleaned off for him. But, hey.
There's another call to an insurance agent.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Speaking
that.
of that, we're meeting. See you next week, Grant.
Yeah. We're all going to be calling Grant in the next few weeks.
Our insurance rates are all going to be going up.
Let's not talk about that either.
Yeah.
We do want to mention that the Lady Tiger soccer team, they are at the Smoky Mountain Cup up in East Tennessee playing matches. It played yesterday. I haven't gotten a score update, but I believe play today and tomorrow as well. So they got a busy weekend, and they're going to take a few days off. They don't come back, I don't believe, until the 17th. Monday, DCHS Golf will take on Cannon County and Community at Smithville Golf Course. We'll have all this posted on the Blitz page early tomorrow morning, but DMS Tennis in action against Blackman over in Murfreesboro coming up on Tuesday. Golf back in action against Upperman. Lady Tiger Volleyball will take on Livingston coming up on Tuesday. Lady Saints Soccer, their game at Allgood yesterday, postponed. That will be made up coming up. I take that back. Not that one. It will be on Thursday. They will make up a game, but I think I got my wrong schedule, or I'm looking at the wrong thing here. They'll play on Thursday night. So lots of games. Again, we'll have all this information on the Blitz page coming up. Should be posted by early tomorrow morning, but a lot of games certainly coming up. A lot of sports teams to follow, just a lot going on, and we're just excited to be part of it for sure.
Thus, this podcast. there is so much happening in DeKalb County sports.
Yes.
West School, middle school, high school. We've talked about, AAU and all team that may get some mention and some coverage later on, but there's so much going on that this is needed.
Yes.
And Tom, thank you for putting this team together and this whole idea. And Daniel, what he does, phenomenal.
Well, thank you all for being part of it, because it wouldn't go without all the people that are working on it and the cooperation of our coaches, student athletes. It takes a community, really it does, and I just appreciate everybody that's jumped on board, and sponsors. Can't leave out the sponsors, because I've mentioned this more than once. I put the idea out there. All the sponsors came to us, and that rarely happens. But that shows how much people love sports in DeKalb County, and I can't say thank you enough to all of our sponsors out there. All right, we'll come back. We'll do it again next Saturday. We may not have Kelly back again, but she's a busy person.
I said if it's raining, really, and we need the rain.
Yes.
But, yeah, 2 kids and one's playing baseball at one place and one playing softball at another place. So my husband and I have got to divide and conquer. And so I will probably, unless they call it late games, I will probably not be here, but I will be watching.
We're going to work on getting some basketball schedules, by the way, posted this upcoming week, too. I say that because I'm waiting for Kelly to send me a West School basketball schedule.
I'm still trying to find games.
But
coaches won't call you back.
We'll work on that. Any updates we get on local sports will be posted on the DC Blitz Facebook page, so be sure to jump in there and check that out. Again, a big thanks to our producer, Daniel Leslie, for Casey Midgett, for the coach, Chris Vance, for Kelly Pybert, and for all of our guests today. I'm Tom Duggan saying so long for the Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.